Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Wherever you're tuning in from, welcome back to the channel. My name is ASFM. I hope you're all staying safe with currently what is going on. I'd just like to bring your attention to the club here and welcome to episode of season 2 here with the Railwaymen playing as Lokomotiv Sofia. We have a big game. It's quarter-final day against Montana. After that incredibly crazy 6-0 loss where I almost flipped my computer and getting so pissed off in that CSK Sofia game where I almost fucking lit my screen of my monitor here just over to the house next door. And then again we played the second game, so it was a real it was a tale of two halves with the CSK Sofia game as we came back and beat them in the cup, meaning that we went through to the quarterfinals here against Montana. We've been drawn against them. We played them earlier previously in the beginning of the season, and we drew against them. That was when we had the different tactic, and I did think we could easily have beaten, as I feel we've got the quality. And talking of quality, we've got our players back, Papazov and Burakov up front. Burakov, he came back in the game against Barui, and I think it was in like the first third minute. Yeah, in 3 minutes he scored his goal, and he played fantastic. Papazov also was playing fantastic. Vlad, Todor, Ilev, and Stoev all getting up above a 7 rating, so they've done very well. It was a game as well where I was a bit it was a bit iffy, as they had a few highlights and as did we, but overall we played just a fantastic performance. As they're shown with our XG match story, we just played overall just fantastically well. And then now due to that win, that puts us back up to 8. We've had 15 games played. We're on 19 points, which is good, but I'd like to sort of start pushing forward a bit more, because obviously 11th place puts you into the relegation section, where 3 teams get relegated. So if you're in 12th, 13th, 14th, you'll be instantly relegated. So Montana are sitting 13th, so if we beat Montana, we'll be in the semi-finals of the cup here, and that's a huge achievement currently with the squad that we've got, and also the scenario that we find ourselves in with just being promoted, and also having a nice little cup run on the side, which is always quite good fun. It keeps the fans cheering. Hopefully we can keep pushing through with this episode, and also hopefully we keep pushing through with the Bulgarian Cup. Now, I'd just like to draw your attention to the under 19s. They've been developing fantastically well. Both the loans of Valentin Nikolov and Starev are playing very well. If I change it to reports, which one is it? Is it fitness? No, it's not fitness. Selection info. Oh, okay, perfect. So here we are. The last 5 games, and Ivan Vasilinov, the 16-year-old, in his non-competitive, he's had 22 appearances and 20 goals. So he's doing pretty well in the 19s, and hopefully developing very well for us. He's I don't think he's got the biggest of potential, but he'll be there, and hopefully he'll be someone that we sell off potentially in the future. In terms of our potential, I think it was Lumor Sirakov. He's been developing fantastically well. He's got, I think he's already operating the 3rd league level, which is good to see. Some of these players are playing, they're just developing, and they'll sit in here until they're 19, and then I'll see what they're doing about pushing up, or potentially when they're 18, lending them out and sending them out on loan to see if they potentially just start to, develop a bit more, giving them some game time. So in terms of our finances, obviously I'm a bit over the way budget currently, sort of halfway through the season. We're up 500,000, which is great to see, and I think our expenditure isn't too great. So this season we're at 391,576, and our income this season is 855,000. So we are really sort of in the profit, and that's brilliant to see, because obviously there's one thing that I really want to do with this save is sort of keep this club self-reliant club. I think that's the word, or self-sustainable, I believe. Because I think once we start getting players that are and we start when we start paying players a bit more and being a bit more freely on the wage budget, I've just got to keep that wage budget down, as I believe realistically it's going to be quite expensive once we start pushing for these league titles, as we're going to be bringing in players that are very good, and who'll be demanding more. But I think for myself, I I just want to ensure that we just make as much profit as possible in these games when we're not in Europe. But anyway, on to our first game here, and it is the Cup, which is a huge game. Playing a 4-4-2, Burakov, Papazov, Stanchev, Vlad, Steph, and Petkov. Ilev, Stoev, Kirchev, and Pedro at the back, and Vassal again in goal. This is a huge game, as I really want to get through this one. A few players lacking in match sharpness, that's okay, but I just want to ensure that we get through, because if we go on to the semi-finals, that'd be absolutely fantastic, and I'll be so proud of everyone. Now, into the dressing room. Burakov's already motivated, which is brilliant to see. I'm going to point my fingers, and I'm going to say, come on guys, show me what you can do. What do they think? A few of them are motivated. Now, let's go to defenders. I'm going to say, hands together, I have faith in you all. Midfield, I'm going to put my hands in my pockets, and I'm again going to say, I've got faith. And attackers, I'm going to point my fingers, and I'm going to say, I want you to go out there and grab me some goals, as I believe Montana are a team I think we can probably beat. So obviously Lokomotiv Sofia's recent form hasn't been great, as we've had sort of these big games where we've come into them and not done great. So we're coming in with 3 losses, a draw and a win. They're coming in with 2 draws, 2 losses and a win themselves. So they're also not in the greatest set of form currently with what's going on. But hopefully we come with the first highlight in the 41 seconds here. And Steph has regained control of the possession, and Vlad can take it forward. What can he do? Vlad now. He plays a beautiful ball to Stanchev. Oh my goodness me. It's just been tipped over the bar in the 56th second here, and we could have potentially even gone 1-0 up in 56 seconds. But unfortunately, we find ourselves still 0-0 here. But my goodness, that was a big highlight at the beginning of the game. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos just as much as I am. I really enjoy doing them and creating them and creating a storyline around this club, as it is something that I do want to take forward. And now, coming into the 25th minute here, we have a big highlight. Hopefully, Kirchev moving forward over to Burakov now. Burakov, he's been challenged, which isn't great, and here they come now with Angelov. Angelov pushing through with Stojanov and Bashlev, he's pushing forward. He's dived, great. It's out to Ilyanov. Ilyanov now, he's tackled, and Papazov can push through. Papazov to Burakov. Burakov, he's pushing forward. Stanchev now, what can he do? He's moving forward. He's been challenged, and it's a penalty. Oh my goodness me. Pause. I'm going to put Burakov on the penalty for this one, as I feel he's got the composure to put us 1-0 up here against Montana in the quarterfinals of the Bulgarian Cup. Burakov takes a deep run up, and he shoots and he scores. It's a fantastic penalty into the top corner, and Preslav Burakov has put us 1-0 up. It's his 12th of the season. He's done absolutely monumental. He's been fantastic this season, and a real sort of team leader. He's dragged us up from the very bottom. And 26 minutes in, they've immediately got a highlight here, and this is where our mindset can alter. I've had many times when this happens, when we have highlights that just immediately start after the games, but hopefully it's ours as Petkov moves forward now. What can he do? Petkov going into trouble. No, Pedro with a beautiful ball. Pedro, oh my goodness me, Petkov was there, and another ball being fired over, but it's over the bar from Petkov. But goodness me, Montana are really on the depths here. I'm going to give the boys some praise, as I feel they've been absolutely fantastic. But going on to what I said earlier, I really enjoy making these videos for you all, and I hope you guys are too. And there's another series potentially starting in the mix. I'm currently working up some plans for it, but hopefully it will be a big one. Now, anyway, we're coming into half time here, and we find ourselves 1-0 up in the quarterfinals. That beautiful penalty from Burakov, and hopefully we can hold on for the next 45 minutes. I'm going to say, I'm going to outstretch my arms. I'm delighted with your performance, because I really am. But I want to go for a second goal, because I can't keep this score as it is, as it's going to be quite a tough one. And here we are, Stanchev, beautiful ball to Burakov, but he's fired it over the bar. And I'm going to give the boys a bit more of encouragement. And here we are, 51 minutes in, there's another highlight. And Stoev has a big head on it, and so has Vlad. But Vlad now, he's got the ball out to Petkov. Petkov pushing forward. Can Lokomotiv Sofia get a second here? Petkov moving forward. He's gone past Georgiev. Papazov's there. Oh, goodness me. And it's been cleared. But Stanchev has managed to reclaim possession. Stanchev pushing through. Papazov's there. Oh, and it's straight into the hands of Mac. I'm not even going to bother saying the whole name. But there we are. Goodness me, it's getting close here. We're pushing for this second goal here. I'm going to praise the team, as they've been absolutely fantastic. Come on. Keep going, boys. 68 minutes now. 70th minute. I'm going to change our mindset. I'm going to change it to defensive. I'm going to change the tactics. So is it in transition? So instead of transition, I'm going to regroup. So if we lose possession, we just drop back now, because I think I want to hold on to this lead, potentially, and actually go through, because this is a huge game. Now, 79 minutes in, what can happen as Baron takes the ball and, oh goodness me, that was I thought he was through there, but Sanhaidi can take it now, and a beautiful ball to Tasev now to Angelinov, Baron, Angelinov, Ilyanov. What can he do? But Angelinov he fires a ball. Oh my goodness me, and it's come off the bar. Jesus. It's come off the post, sorry, I think. And Lokomotiv Sofia are on a knife's edge here. Let's do that. There's Presim and Tarasiv, and Sendai is there, but Vassal collects. Another big save from Vassal. He's keeping us into this game. 81 minutes now, and Montana are really pressing for that equaliser here. But the 86 minutes now, I'm going to give the boys some praise, a bit of motivation before the end of the game. Last few minutes here, 90 minutes. We are into the 91st minute, and there's a highlight. Stanchev now fires a ball in, and Burakov's there. Petkov, oh, Angelinov, but Tasov's there. Oh, no, not like this. Pedro now, he's collected the ball. Pedro to Petkov to Vlad. Vlad out to Pedro. Pedro to Petkov. Petkov out to Pedro. My goodness me, what is going on? Out to Vlad. Vlad now to Steph. Steph's on the outside of their area. What can he do? To Burakov. Burakov, he loved a long-range banger. Burakov now. Out into Petkov. Petkov now, he's come through. He's in their area. What can happen? Stanchev scores! Denislav Stanchev. Lokomotiv Sofia have won the quarterfinals here, and we're going through to the semis of the Bulgarian Cup. Goodness me. This has been an incredible first game on the episode here, and we are through. There's no way. We're going through. Oh my goodness me, it's full time. Lokomotiv Sofia are through to the semi-finals of the Bulgarian Cup. We had to dig deep, but the boys did it, and Denislav Stanchev and Burakov are the ones who to send us through. Goodness me, a whole round, a fantastic performance there. I'm going to head to the dressing room and I'm going to say, well done guys, that was a good win for us, because that's a huge boost to the team, and hopefully we can keep this going. You've been pleased with the result and the performance as impressive as that. We did our job, yes we did, and we've gone through to the semi-finals. Goodness gracious me, I'm so proud of the boys here, and Lokomotiv Sofia turned dominance into victory against Montana. We've won the Bulgarian quarter-final, and Denislav Stanchev has been absolutely phenomenal this game. Well, there we are. First game and a first massive win against Montana here. But the games do not stop here. We've got Pirin in the first league, which is also another cup. It is like the quarterfinals. We have to win these games. These games are massive for us to move forward as a club and to keep ourselves up. But goodness me, I'll give you the update, because I think the draw is in a couple of days. After the semi-final draw, I'll talk to you about it in the Pirin game, because we will see who we've claimed in the semi-finals of the Bulgarian Cup. And potentially that will be the next episode, most definitely. And hopefully we can keep this going. But we find ourselves going into the Pirin game, and I'll catch you in that one. Welcome back everybody to the Pirin game here in Bulgarian First League. We need to win this one. It cannot be unstated. We've moved down to 9th. We need to start getting some daylight away from that 11th place, as they are 1 point behind us. It's a huge game, as we could potentially, because they've played 16 games. So Bot ever played 16. They're on 18. So if we win today, we would go to 22 points, which would put us into 7th, meaning that we start to get a bit of daylight away from that 11th place spot. But this is Pirin, okay? They are literally battling the same as us. They've just come up. They've come up the season prior with us as well, and they are trying to survive, as this is a huge game in terms of where we can move forward in the club. In the competition, I'd just like to say, and we have had our under-19s. Oh, sorry, it's in our development centre, isn't it? Our development in youth candidates. Now we had the 2022 preview for the youth team. It says here that there are several defensive midfielders in the next crop of youngsters. That's okay. We don't really play a defensive midfielder role sort of thing, but I mean we can change that to midfield. There are a lot of wingers in the system. Good, because I think the tactic going forward is going to probably be a 4-4-2. At least One of our centre backs looks promising. That's another brilliant thing to hear. One of our defensive midfielders has the potential to go forward. There's a wing back who's very highly rated. One good Bulgarian left wing back from it's caught the eye. We should be optimistic about this group of young players. Well, there we are. Hopefully, I don't know what it is, and sometimes with Football Manager, you think that you're going to get a fantastic youth preview, and when the youths come in, they're like 2.5 star potential, and you're like, what is happening? This is meant to be a golden generation. But I've never actually had a golden generation before since from playing Football Manager. I think, I think I've never had a actual like golden generation come through, and from playing this game, which is actually fun, quite insane thing. I think I've been with this game for about 3 years. I played it since the 2018 version, so yeah, that's pretty crazy to know. So there you are, a little bit about my sort of luck with youth players. That's why I sort of just buy them from other clubs, as teams that go down, you just raid them for their youth. So, but with that in mind, we are going on to the Pirin game here. We need to win this game. Again, we're going with a 4-4-2. We're playing Burakov and Papazov up top, Stanchev on the right, Vlad and Stefid in the midfield. You know, utility players in that midfield, really just working as hard they can. Petkov on the left. No, sorry. Stanchev's on the left and Petkov is on the right. I do apologise. Ilev is on the left and Stoev and Kirchev are now playing in centre back and Pedro is out on the right. Vassal again in goal, playing that. I think he's just on a defend because we need to just keep grinding out results, ensuring that we're doing well, and hopefully, oh goodness me, hopefully we can get through this one, as this is a big game. But everyone's starting to get used to this tactic, as I think everyone's is starting to understand the importance of and of why we're playing this. It's just to counter attack and to stay up, really. That's why I put it into this one. So I'm going to put my hands together. I'm going to point my fingers, and I want you to pick up from where you were last time. I'm going to say to defenders, I have faith in the midfield. I'm again going to have some faith, and up front, I'm going to say I'm expecting quality finishing up top, because I think, you know, the way I think Burakov and Papazov, you know, they've been absolutely fantastic. But Pirin coming into this game, 3 losses, a draw and a win, isn't great in their form. They're playing a very strange tactic. But then so are we. We know we've had two losses, a draw, and 2 wins. So we're starting to gain a bit now in a winning streak. But here we are. So we sit 9th and they sit 10th. So this is a real battle. In two, you know, like I said, 2 evenly matched teams. But here we are. The game starts, and this cannot be understated. It needs to be won, I think, today. Moving this save forward, we really need to ensure that we go on and start to clear away from 11th place, as that is the relegation split, I think. But anyway, here we are, 90 minutes in, we've got a highlight, and Burakov can move forward. He plays a beautiful ball out to Stefan. He's got a bit of space here, but no one is there, which is a bit of a worry. And Vlad now, he's coming into the midfield. He plays it out to Steph. Steph now to Vlad. Vlad now, where's he going to go? It's back to Burakov. Vlad can potentially push it back to Steph. Steph now goes back to Vlad. God, this is really sort of staying in midfield, but Stanchev is through. Oh my goodness me, Stanchev, he scored! Denislav Stanchev has his 4th goal of the season. I didn't even realise. I thought the keeper was going to save it or he was going to fire it wide. Lokomotiv Sofia, 19 minutes in, are 1-0 up, and a fantastic ball from Vlad. I think, no, it was Steph. I'm not too sure because there's so much passing in play, and Steph has delivered a fantastic ball. He absolutely dukes the keeper and goes and scores his 4th, which is absolutely fantastic. He's been really sort of clinical on that wing, and I think he's been absolutely brilliant in terms of how we move forward as a club. But there we are, we move up to 7th, and this puts us on 22 points. So we would be 4 points clear of 11th, which is absolutely perfect. And I think, you know, we are looking, you know, to push up into the sort of mid-table split. I'm not too sure what happens then. I think it's a European places playoff, but that also depends on the winner of the Bulgarian Cup, which who knows, you don't know, it could be us moving forward. But there we are, half time here, and Lokomotiv Sofia come into the dressing room high as kites, because we are 1-0 up here. I'm going in and I'm going to say outstretch my arms. I'm delighted with that performance going into the second half, and hopefully we can just keep doing what we're doing. But here we are, 45 minutes in, they've got an immediate highlight. And oh goodness me, Nikolov nearly scored, but it's just gone past the post, and we got a bit lucky there, I have to admit. But you know, I think in terms of the club, I think we're doing very well, and I think also it sort of highlights where we can potentially go to in next season. I think bringing in a few more players and just a bit more quality, I think we can really sort of take this team a bit higher than what we are. It's just making sure that it's some of these bigger teams that we just don't get slammed by. It's like CSK Sofia and Ludogorets, who can really impact our sort of goal difference if we just get slammed like that 6-0 game. So it's starting to. I'm just trying to understand where to go forward as a club. But we're in the 80th minute here, and we've got another highlight as Stanoev can move forward with Pirin, and Pirin can potentially come and move forward here with Pulagilis. Stoev now, what can he do? He's come through. He's taken the shot. Oh, Georgiev's there, but he's missed an absolute sitter. Goodness me, we got so lucky. I was literally just about to say that's 1-1. My word. I'm going to praise the boys because they've been absolutely fantastic this game. And 89 minutes here, and there's a highlight. Oh, goodness me. Stoev, don't just fire it, please. Right, Ilev now. What's he going to do? He's going to pass it back to Vlad. Ilev, back to Vlad. And hopefully Vlad can produce something. He has. Papazov's in. Oh my goodness me, Papazov has scored from the tightest of angles, but we're 2-0 up, and I think that's guaranteed us the victory here, which is absolutely fantastic, as this is a real impact on our season. But look at this ball from Vlad here. What a play, and Papazov to get in that position, and he goes past the keeper, and you know, there was a massive, you know, I think that might have been the left-hand side was open there, but goodness me, but here they come. Oh my word, they've got a highlight in the 90+7, but here we go. Let's go, come on, 2-0 up. Let's go and counter on them. Petkov can push forward. What's he going to do? He plays it out to Burakov. Burakov now, where's he going? Oh, he just goes and does that. Well, we potentially had a chance to make it 3-0 and really a thumping, but there's just highlights going left, right and centre here. We're in another highlight with Steph. Steph to Vlad. Vlad to Pedro. Pedro to Petkov. He's pushing forward now. Can we do anything? No, that's it. I think that's just a highlight to signify the end of the game here. And I think Pirin are going to lose this 2-0. Pedro, what can he do? He's just sort of stalling it on the Arasaf and Steph now. He delivers a ball, but Malamba's there, and Oakley now can take them forward. But I think the time is too late. But here they come now. They're pushing forward with Georgiev. What's he going to do? He gets tackled by Cherchev, a fantastic tackle, and Petkov's moving forward. What can he do? But that's the end of the game. That's full time. Lokomotiv Sofia 2, Pirin 0. Fantastic from Papazov and Stanchev there to give us the 3 points. And I'm going to say I'm very happy with the way that you've played, because I am. I think that's been absolutely fantastic. How the fans have reacted. I know it's geeky. Oh, piss off. Some of these fans is so cringy when you look at these things. It just it does my head in. But there we are. We've managed to turn both of the games into victories. We're on to the semi-finals of the Bulgarian Cup in April, and we are winning again. We beat Pirin to secure 3 points in a must-win game, which is fantastic. And we've got Montana again, so hopefully we can beat them coming up. But I'm not too sure, as obviously in terms of what episodes and what game's going to be played next. I might do. Oh, this is quite a challenging one, as obviously this will signify the split and the end of the season. What I'm potentially going to do is I'm going to push forward and do Slavia Sofia and Lokomotiv Plodvid as the last 2 games of the split season, as we don't know. We could potentially be facing relegation, we could potentially be facing a good sort of section, but if anything comes up where we can guarantee ourselves safety from that relegation split, that's where we'll be moving on from. But to everyone, thank you ever so much for tuning into this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to the channel. You know, like I said, giving it a like really helps me sort of boost the channel up. And with you subscribing, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes being put out. Again, hopefully, what a fantastic episode, as you know, we're going into the semi-cup final. I didn't realise there's 2 legs against Barui, so that's a huge game coming up in the future episode. But there we are, we leave it here. Thank you again for everyone that's tuned in, and I hope you all stay safe with currently what's going on, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.